Maybe Iranian leadership has suffered a series of targeted assassinations, or the top leadership, both in the military side as well as on the political side, with the latest high-profile killing being of Mr. Ali Larijani, who was heading the
Yes.
security apparatus of the country. And Mr. Larijani especially was known to be not only a moderate but a consensus builder among the different factions in Iranian political establishment. So, how long can Iran sustain these kinds of targeted attacks on its leadership and be able to, go through with its decision-making process, getting without it getting degraded, so to speak?
The martyrdom of Dr. Larijani, as well as other military officials, and above all, the martyrdom of our leader of the revolution, Ayatollah Khamenei, has been very, very difficult for us. However, we are deeply rooted nation state. We have a big history, a strong history. In contrast, Israel has repeatedly tried in various cases to advance its objective through assassinations of senior officials in different countries. A deeply rooted structure like Iran is not dependent on individuals. Rather, Iran's bureaucratic and institutional system is capable of choosing the current path. A new leader has been selected for Iran, Ayatollah Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and he has assumed the main role of the leadership. In addition, other officials are engaged in negotiation and in efforts for creating the condition for a ceasefire. For example, Dr. Arabchi, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and for example, Mr. Ghalibaf, and also another officials in Ministry of Foreign Affairs are trying to handle the issue. But I can mention in our interview that the negotiation in this time would be completely different from prior kind of negotiations.
Different in what way?
It seems that any dialogue between Iran and the opposing parties will take place under conditions that are completely different from previous rounds. Iran is seeking to define a new legal framework for the Strait of Hormuz and wants to use this as a leverage against sanction pressure and threats from the United States, Israel, and even Europe that did their worst action against Iran in the snapback situation. Iran has also stated that it intends to seek compensation. This compensation would be used to rebuild the damage caused by war. Most importantly, Iran is seeking credible guarantees that such attacks will not happen again. Of course, we know that no guarantee from the United States, specifically Trump or Israel, can truly be considered reliable. For this reason, Iran will likely try to increase its level of deterrence to the point where the United States and Israel would not even consider attacking Iran again, as our leader said before his martyrdom, that new war would be a regional war. And now I can say that this war is not regional; it is worldwide war, because East Asian countries, European countries, and also African countries got in trouble because of the war, and our leader alerts about these kind of war. But United States, specifically Trump and Netanyahu, didn't think about that because of the mass calculation about the strength of Iran.
Just one corollary question I have on your answer, on your response just now. You said in whatever negotiations that may happen going forward, Iran will seek guarantees that it will not be subjected to these kinds of attacks again. But in the same breath, you
Yeah,
also acknowledge that you cannot expect such guarantees from the US and Israel anymore because they have proven at least two times that their words cannot be taken seriously because they attacked, they launched their attacks in the middle of negotiations. So, what would be the source of these guarantees? Would you be looking to some third power like Russia or China or United Nations, maybe, I don't know, to sort of enforce these guarantees? Or would you be looking at Iran's deterrent capabilities as a mechanism to enforce these guarantees, or maybe a Strait of Hormuz control being exercised in a certain way would be the guarantee? What would be the source of this guarantee?
the second one. The deterrence of Iran and the using of any lever, the price of oil, the price of gas, the Strait of Hormuz, and for example, striking any bases in Persian Gulf countries that can be used to attack Iran. Um, the Persian Gulf countries, they are completely unhappy about the situation, but they should remember that the logistics of the war before this situation of by the America completely become ready based on these bases in Al Udeid base in Qatar and in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Bahrain, in Jordan. All of the logistics of war became ready for the war in these countries. So this is the compensation. I mean, by guarantee, the deterrence, the strong deterrence against the regional countries and also the worldwide effects that can have some, for example, increase in oil prices, gas prices in East Asian countries, in Europe and another country.